It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Fields on third down.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on first and second down. And then on third down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 19 carries, 79 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
To throw is Green. Looking to throw on second down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Call it a gain of a yard, and now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3-and-out on their opening drive.
First play of the drive, a first down run. That sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now.
Fields. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. On 2nd and 11 now.
Fields.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. Green. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A handoff, Jacobs running to the left.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Green going deep for Diggs. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Green down. Throwing again. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 23. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The kick by Bass is good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Fields on first down. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Fields.
DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That one covers 29 yards. First down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Here's Fields.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. To throw again on second down.
Fields.
He'll dump this off to Cook.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Now it's Fields.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
Now Fields.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter.
as they've got it with a third down coming up. To throw is Fields.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And here's Green, throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On 2nd and 9, Fields.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And here's Green, throwing to start the drive.
Finding space at the 40.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Now Green to throw on 2nd down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Fields. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Cook now off the read option. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. On 2nd and 9, Fields. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
Oh, I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
To throw is Green on 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Green. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Throwing again on second down. Fields trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is now 10-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cook up the gut. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Fields now to throw.
Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a six. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out, and as a result, possession switches hands. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now Green looking to throw on second down.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Green now, throwing on first down.
Completes to Shakir once again. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one.
Fields throw pulled in by Hopkins.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And Cook has it left side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
To the air again, Fields.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Looking to throw again on second down.
Fields.
He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute. But first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Browns who are out on top. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Next, let's get over to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with a touchdown run. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. Michael Thomas, a touchdown reception. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, on the other side, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Looking to throw on second down. Green. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
A quick throw there going to be batted away at incomplete.
Green throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rolling to his left. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
To throw on 2nd down. Green. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Buying time to... And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Fields. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They juked him. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
Green on 1st down. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
Here's Fields.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, it's Fields.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Max Crosby in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Third and long. It's Fields.
Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Buried by defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Green. That is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Green. He finds his man. Complete. It's Jacobs.
Finding room at midfield. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon. So apparently neither guy is immune.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Fields.
He finds Hopkins complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Fields going to hold on to it.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 2nd and 5 now.
Fields.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Fields.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run the option left, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pickup of 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Now Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time.
And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
So this defense, Charles, quite a performance. Not working on a shutout, but they have still yet to give up a touchdown as they come up with the interception there.
Well, we've seen this from them before because you can move the ball on them through the middle of the field, but once you get into the red zone, that's where they really clamp down. They come up with the interception there, but you know about this crew. They're playing modern defense, taking care of the red zone 3rd downs and getting after the quarterback.
To throw is Green on 1st and 10. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. Green now to throw on 2nd down. The quick slant, good for 8 and a 1st. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Green. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw again.
Shakir hauls it in.
It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. A beautiful fake. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
66 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Counter play with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. On third down, here comes... Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. The big fella. He's at the 30. 10. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings.
So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Off the play fake. Green. And he's going to go down again.
Dietrich Wise able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And this offense on third down today, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This will be third and a mile.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the fourth quarter, tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon, and not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around, punt it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy with time starting to become a factor.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one.